Looking up at the start of the end of the world, must be just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna be The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I start staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time? But I believe the world is burning through the clouds. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. We can turn to the clock, but I don't really know. I can't remember.
Oh, so great to see you all. Oh my gosh, my heart is happy. So guys, we're gonna get started. So go ahead and take your seats. Teachers, come take your seats up here, and we'll get going on this.
Honey, the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we come right now. Let's see how far we come. Let's believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we come. Let's see how far we come. It's gone, baby, it's all gone. Strolling in the corner and there's no one home. Well, it was cool. It was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. It's gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one on the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool. It was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. Believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we come. Let's see how far we
Welcome everybody to the Longview class of 2019-20 graduation. It's a beautiful day. It's a great day for graduation. I am Gavin Goodrich, and I'm the principal of Longview High School. And on behalf of the entire staff of Longview High School, we want to welcome you. You are very fortunate, we know, to have the opportunity to be at this commencement exercise, and thank you for being here. For those who aren't here, we do have live streaming, so they can be watching online. So welcome everybody who's live streaming. We are asked to deliver these instructions because we are living in a different world. And so be patient with me as I go through these. Today, we would like you to keep your masks on, and you're doing a great job. Keep your 6-foot distancing. And you can be with your family members. Please do not congregate with the graduates or other guests after the ceremony. We would like you to, when we're done with the ceremony, typically people get together and they hang out. We can't do that. We're really sorry. The health department is asking us to do this, and we want you to be safe and we want you to be healthy. So please work with us on that. Stay in your seats. If you choose to take pictures, take them from your seats. Graduates, after we're done, you can air 5, no elbowing, but we're going to ask you to try to connect online after this. Unfortunately, we just can't do it the way we normally do it. So I share the pain that you feel, because I know your friends are so close to you and you want to acknowledge them. I want to remind the graduates that we're not handing out diplomas today. What we are going to do is we are going to provide you with gratitude and recognition from your teachers who love you very much. I think most of you have picked up your materials, but if you don't have your transcripts and your diplomas, please check with Donna on Monday. We'll get those to you. I want to thank everybody for your consideration on these safe and healthy standards today. Parents and family members, friends, teachers, and students. Graduation from high school is an important milestone, and it is a once in a lifetime thing that happens for a student and a family. And we want to take this opportunity to have a dignified approach to our graduation ceremony. And I know we will have a lot of fun, and we want to just make sure we recognize each student as they should. Since we do not have a recessional and a march with pomp and circumstance, we are improvising. And so what we would like to do is we are going to play pomp and circumstance. And graduates, we'd like you to all stand when we play it. And then I'm going to tell Maya to be the first one to sit down. And then we're just going to go snake our way through each row. Is going to sit down one at a time and go back and forth. And as you get to the next person, sit down. Once we get through the whole class, then we'll stop the pomp and circumstance and get on with the rest of the ceremony. So wait for the pomp and circumstance, and then we'll do our recessional COVID style. Take your time. Parents, now it's your turn. At this time, we would like everybody to stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our honored special guests today. Please hold your applause until we've introduced all of the platform guests and special guests here today. First, I'd like to introduce the Jefferson County School Board President, Susan Harmon. Then I'd like to introduce Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Christopher Shue, Executive Director of Administrative Learning, Rob Bishop. And I also want to introduce our teachers. I want to introduce Denise Allman, Jessica Bogart, Liz Lincoln, and Casey Spinden. At this time, let's have a round of applause for everybody. We have one student speaker this afternoon, and I want to bring her up so she can express the voice of the students at this ceremony, and then we will move on to the rest of the ceremony. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Maya Valverde.
Good afternoon. I wanted to start my speech with a quote. So, what is called resignation is confirmed desperation, but a characteristic of wisdom is not to do desperate things. Henry David Thoreau. For me, high school began in a school with about 2,500 students. It was one of the hardest things I've ever experienced. As an adolescent with a difficult home life, I felt like a target. I didn't fit the mold of success or normal that surrounded me. To the teachers, I was just a number in a grade book, and my grades were not very impressive. When I reached out to my teachers for help with my struggles, the answer was typically, well, your grade is this, just do better. For students like me, today's standardized education left me feeling dehumanized and contributed to my spiral into a mess of mental health issues, a rut. I felt like all eyes were on me once I entered the school. I would find myself getting to school, walking to the door of the classroom, but unable to go inside. My mind would race about every possible scenario that could have happened in that classroom. I always had the idea in the back of my head that if I messed up, everyone would notice and feel anger and disappointment towards me. I felt like I was constantly bringing people down with my own anxieties. I had no place. It felt as if I was unable to get out of the hole I had dug myself into because I had no place where I felt truly safe, no adult I could trust. I was not able to conform with the assembly line system that defines so many mega high schools in this nation. Few teachers encouraged me to seek out my true potential. I felt like a failure throughout my first 2.5 years of high school. Finally, junior year, I was physically unable to go back into my original high school due to the absolute toxic energy I felt within its walls. Finally, a friend, as well as a school counselor, suggested I apply to Longview. So I decided to give the school with the smaller environment a chance. Longview immediately made me feel a sense of home and safety. On my first day in the smallest school in Jeffco, being the frazzled mess of a child I was, I somehow ended up in math class. Too nervous to ask questions, I just sat there until the class ended. Being the anxious kid I was, I just waited until the class was over instead of drawing attention to myself or asking questions. Jessa immediately described me and all my struggles as a student without a stutter and read me like a book on the first day of class, which made me feel anxious, but then soon I learned that Jessa is able to instantly get rid of any insecurity or anxiety in the room just by meeting me where I was. She's magical. I don't understand it, but I'm very grateful for it. Math to me now is figuring out how to solve problems, not only with numbers, but with reason and understanding. Her lo-fi beats also helped. And Liz, oh sweet Liz, taught me so much about just pure compassion and finding the genuine purpose and significance of good thoughts, good intentions, and good actions into the world. Like Sir Francis Bacon said, knowledge is power. Liz genuinely helped me embrace my will to do good for the world and make change. She validated my thoughts and feelings, which as a teenager is unusual to find in most adults. She taught me that science is more than a body of knowledge, but a philosophy of critical thinking that forces us to interrogate the universe for a greater understanding, despite our human fallibility. Denise was only here for a year of my Longview life, but boy, did she make an impact on me. It felt good to be trusted by her. It showed me a lot about how easy it can be to communicate with my teachers, even when I just want a sugar-free Red Bull. She taught me that, regardless of my circumstances, if I prioritize my work and education, then I will be able to secure success in life. Nikki was the one to sympathize with me and with all of us in times of need. She offered a shoulder to cry on, help on assignments, and just the right support when I needed it. As an alumni of class of 2016, she has the empathy for Longview students like no other. And Mama Donna, my favorite face to see in the morning. Even when I was late, she was always so understanding. She genuinely just wanted to see me succeed. Donna runs this school and will put anyone into shape with her pure motherly, supportive demeanor, with or without a Dr. Pepper in her hand. I remember on March 13th telling her, you can't shut the school down because I would be so sad. And I was. I know I'm speaking for everyone when I say Donna makes Longview our home, honestly. Without the support and safety of these people created in this beautiful space, I am certain I would not have graduated high school. Then there was Casey's class, where I would constantly be ranting about capitalism and corruption during his economics course. Casey has a very unique teaching style, which opened my mind to many different perspectives regarding issues in the world which didn't directly affect me. He taught me that just because an issue isn't right in front of my eyes, it still deserves attention and resolution. This awareness has completely changed my way of thinking, as well as directed my attention to actively doing all I can to resolve the issues that face us today, as well as constantly educating myself to be more aware of diverse perspectives in our society today. From that first day in 2018 until this, my last day in 2020, This has always been a safe space where I could ask difficult questions. Sorry.
So good. So good.
All right. Okay. For my first day in 2018 until my last day today in 2020, this has always been a safe space where I could ask difficult questions and have engaging conversations without the anxiety of judgment I had known in a large public high school. I had never been able to do that before. It was like I had learned what school was supposed to be like. A comfortable space which I can truly learn and grow as a person without fear or embarrassment or without fear of embarrassment or overpowering authority. My education was no longer clouded by anxieties. I have learned to use my voice and I feel prepared to use it to bring about the positive culture that we hope the legacy of our generation will be. What works about Longview is the personal attention and trust that is crucial to the students here. In our own way, we each need the depth of empathy and compassion this program provides. For everyone here, 2020 has been a rough year. The typically shocking news stories about military conflict and tragic deaths of celebrities and devastating environmental disasters around the world paled in comparison to the novel coronavirus that swept the planet. Our world, in almost every way, shut down for not only weeks, but months, stretching to today. Then on May 25th, George Floyd was brutally murdered in broad daylight by a Milwaukee police officer. This, I'm sure if you've heard, has regenerated the Black Lives Matter movement that is forcing us to have new conversations about equity in our environment. What I've learned here has allowed me to recognize that we are in a cultural and constitutional crisis. The blatant violation of our First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment right, where people are detained by anonymous federal officers with no apparent cause, is just one injustice I intend to make right with my involvement in the Black Lives Matter movement. In these trying times, we need to learn to love one another and truly listen to new ideas, be open to admitting when we are wrong and growing from that realization. I grew up in a city that is 70% white Americans. The experience of hearing others' perspectives regarding systematic racism has helped me hold myself accountable to my own subconscious bias and acknowledge my wrongdoings in order to learn and grow to be a wise human being. The openness and acceptance that Longview has shown me has been so influential in my way of thinking about myself, my culture, and my country. For those who were sacrificed in the name of racial inequity, we need to remember that together we can make real change. In the spirit of compassion that honors the lives of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, and so many other victims of this oppression, the advantage of education allows us to learn from their roles and about how to prepare for the future. Their voices may be quieted, but they have not been silenced. I'm asking you today, or sometime this weekend, to find a quiet place, set a timer for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and be silent as you contemplate the hurt, but also the hope that we have felt in these last months. I would like you to consider that he was suffering while these officers heard him cry out for his mother as they were taking his life. His story has brought a long-needed light into a dark part of our culture. For now, we will observe a few moments of silence to honor these martyrs of new movement toward a future of peace. Thank you. Without the ability to learn to love to without the ability to learn to love to learn, our Longview motto that I have gained from this school, I would not be a self-directed learner and be open to my passion and expression to be a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. I've learned so much, and I intend to continue my education at higher institutions of learning as well as every moment of my life. If I did not have this school, this safe place to teach me how to express my emotions and passions, I don't think I would so strongly believe in fighting for good. I'd like to thank this school, these caring adults, and our class of 2020 for giving me the confidence to show my potential in this world. I am, and I always will be proud of my Longview legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya, for those profound words. At this time, we're getting close for me to present the class of 2019-20. Before I do, I'd like to make a few brief remarks. To start, I'd like to acknowledge some very important people that have helped support the learning and development of students while they've been here at Longview. These are very special people. They're special to the teachers, they're special to me, but more important, they're special to the students. These people are really unique. The first person is Nikki Kenny. Nikki. Nikki is our instructional support person, and she does a great job working with every individual student, whatever their needs are. Thank you, Nikki, for all you do. And of course, she's in the background but she's really not in the foreground most of the time. But I need no introduction for this person. She is by far the most special person beyond the students at this school, and that's Donna Monhop. Come on down, Donna. Now, Donna, she's prepared an hour-long speech.
This is what I'm going to say. Get out of my building. Get out.
Thank you, Donna. Students, this year, I had a chance to be up at Longview almost every day and see you every morning. I was able to have some quality time and some good conversations with students throughout the year. I've been involved in your bigger community meetings. And behind the scenes, I work with your teachers, and Donna, and Sam, and in all of those who support you. And I tried to understand your needs and what I could do to support you. And I constantly ask myself, was that enough? And, you know, I don't know. I rarely know if I ever do enough. But what I do know is that you helped me grow this year. You helped me understand more about you. And you helped me to try to see you in a way that I could be more supportive and helpful. You taught me a lot. You taught me that there are not always simple answers to complex and challenging things that you face. You taught me that you are unique and have so much to offer and to contribute to beyond Longview. And you taught me to have faith. Faith that you have so much going for you and that you will all have a great future ahead of yourselves. The last thing I want to say to you today, before you can enjoy what you're going to realize today, is that while I am deeply, deeply from the bottom of my heart sorry. I'm sorry that your final year of high school finished the way it did. While I have very little control over what occurred, it is nevertheless a disappointment for how things ended. Out of this unusual situation, I hope you've learned something about yourself in the face of disappointing circumstances, and that you can find a silver lining, even if it's just a sliver in the cloud, in the gray cloud of COVID-19. Everyone here is really proud of you and look forward to seeing what happens to you in your life tomorrow and beyond. And I know this, that they love you and wish you well, and I do as well. So with that, those are my comments for today for you. And I want to thank you for being here. And we're going to move on to the recognition that you deserve. Today, Ms. Harmon, our school board president, I attest and confirm that the students before us have successfully completed the requirements set by the Board of Education of Jefferson County School District and are deserving of the recognition in the form of a high school diploma. I'd like Ms. Harmon to come up and to complete the official duties. Let me change out the mic cover.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I am really happy that we can be here together and that we have this live streamed so that those that aren't with us are still with us here as a community. You have a really strong community. This is one of my favorite places to be for graduation time because the gratitude, the support is palpable every time that I'm in this area. And for these students, I want to also express my immense gratitude for the teachers, the staff, the leadership, as well as the students that every year is a challenge. I personally believe there's no such thing as a traditional student anymore. So thank you for being the voice of strong students, of people that have already had a lot of resilience and need to be resilient in their lives, that we are celebrating resilience this year, but you have demonstrated it forever. And you will continue to do that as leaders in our community as you move forward today. I hope as you look back, your time was not just defined by some disappointments at the end of this year, that you have a lot of great things to celebrate, a lot of community support and love out there for you. So my words of wisdom, you can take with them what you want, but, and these are from someone else who went down a non-traditional path and had great successes in life. Don't waste your time living someone else's life. Don't be trapped in dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other opinions drown out your inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. So while this is a different year, it's still time to celebrate. The opportunities that you will have by earning your high school degree are endless. So thank you to family, friends, community, and to the graduates. May your future bring you challenges that you can always handle and the happiness that you so deserve. And with that, on behalf of Jefferson County Public Schools, I accept the graduating class of 2020 from Longview High School. Congratulations.
All right. I'm gonna try something. We'll see how it goes. My huddle is the best. We are so awesome. We are just such a close, awesome, amazing family, and we have so much fun. And I have the honor of introducing them to you. And cool, thank you. And I'm going to bring them up here right now. Would Katya come up here, please? This is Katya. She was with me from the beginning, and my gosh, do we have a lot of fun. So the way I'm just gonna do a super brief introduction first, and I'm gonna have them go down in front, and then I'm gonna play the song that I wrote. I wrote it like this morning, so so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and I added some like an hour ago. So awesome, Katya! I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you're here, and yeah, it's awesome. So go ahead and go around, and then yeah, we'll go stand up there and be nervous for a while. Delana, actually, you all of you in my huddle can just come up here if you want to. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and then just stand there. Yep. You're good. Yeah, come on up here. Yep. Just come over here. Good. Delana, come step up here. Delana, Gilbranson, everybody, so amazing. I want to talk to you about what's in the song, but you just have to listen to the words and you listen to it as well. So Delana, that's you. Go down and stand next to Katya down there. Riley. Riley, you made it happen. I'm so proud of you. Great job, honey. So awesome. Cool. Go stand down there. Thanks. Jazz. No, Jazzy. She's not. She's gonna stay there. Maya. Woo, woo. Maya, I love your hat. I'm glad I didn't have to go right after your speech because I would have been like, thank you, Maya. I would have been crying. So, great job, Maya. You did so awesome. Seriously, really proud of you. Definitely, like always. Okay, get down there. Kenna. Woo woo. Kenna, I didn't know you were gonna be here, and I'm so glad that you are. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a wonderful, wonderful gift when I saw you for sure. Cool. Now go stand there. Good. Separate a little bit so that we're not breaking rules and stuff. Okay. All right. I'm told to never apologize when you sing, so I'm just not going to apologize and just pretend like I meant to do it all. How about that? Oh, Maya, oh, I hardly ever saw ya during huddle at least. Oh, I understand it was no easy feat, but the profound way that your mind thinks and your vocal cords made your thoughts ring was impressive, loud and amazing. In you I see fire and passion, desire to do good, purple hair and laughing, moving the way we wish we could. When there's Jazzy in my huddle from the beginning, she helped make the whole place feel like family. The inside jokes, we all know who to get the rice from. The way you make smoke, so we had fun. I ain't no racist, but I'll be damned if there are none. The satire is king, and I loved how much we had fun. Oh, I can trust you. And this is my inspiration for the tune. Hey there, Delana, what's it like to really miss me? Hey, it's true, I think you do. To be honest at first you were scary, but you opened up, and now I'm very proud of you for all you do. It took a while before you finally showed me how smart you are. Oh, and low-key, a great writer too. Hey, yes, it's true. Riley upon her horsey, she's got so much to bring. A brilliant mind, a fun-loving spirit. Oh, she talked a lot with a great student. No gossip girl, she'll let you hear it too. She's so nice, she doesn't fight me. Oh, even when I push her, so she doesn't take my seat. Oh, where the wind blows. God, no, I gotta skip that one. Okay. So glad you made it, Kenna. Wasn't sure you're gonna be here, but now I'm gonna sing to you. It was so nice to meet you, and I hope someday I get to ride your horsey too. And my daughter too. Always kind and soft-spoken too. We're all so lucky to have gotten to know you. Yes, yes, yes. Katya, I'm so glad. Katya, I'm so glad I got you. And because of Kenna, I got Kenna, or because of you, I got Kenna too. She's in my huddle because you're friends and stuff. Okay, I messed that part up, but she's got Oh, she's she's so darn kind most of the time. She's got this quiet fire inside, and she'll share it too. The fire gets up to you, 'cause it doesn't burn unless she wants it to. Now I'm excited for your future. Not many people get to know you. So go on and shine. And this is like the advice part of the song. Don't always mind in the cloud. Don't always mind the cloudy skies. Behind the clouds, there's always sunshine. Even on the brightest day, there's still sometimes I lose my way. But you hear a voice say, you are the sky. Rest is just weather, so let it pass by. You are the sky, so go on and shine. Don't let life take your faith. Oops! I'm just gonna call that good. Guys, I'm seriously so proud of you, and thank you so much for being with me and being like, such a close family. All of you helped make it what it was, and just, I brag all the time about how lucky I am that I get to work where I do and with who I do and stuff, and I'm done. Thanks, everybody. All right, Liz is gonna come up now.
Okay. I'm not going to sing. Although someday we can do that too. We talk about it. Okay, so I'm Liz Lincoln. I teach science here. Yes, my group, my Huddle kids, a few of them graduated last year and quite a few of them are coming back. So I only have a small group of 3. And then actually 3.5, and you'll see why with the next one. So first, I'd like to call up Ashley Rue. Is she here? Where's Ash? There she is. Okay. So Ash, you can just let people see your gorgeous beauty here while I talk about how wonderful you are. Okay. Ash was one of the first to welcome me to the school and accept me. I was the newest teacher here. I was actually hired the day before school started. She was calmly sitting there knitting, not what I expected when I walked into Longview. But she actually was paying attention to everything going around her. I noticed it kept her calm. But then I realized not so much, because there are times when Ash decides to really express her opinion. And she would get very loud. And one thing that I really loved about this place is everyone accepted Ash loud, Ash quiet, Ash partially loud, Ash watching anime, Ash just being Ash. And that's pretty much the way I love her, is Ash being Ash. Sometimes I just never got a chance to say this to you, Ash, but I want you to know that accepting me without reservation made a huge difference to me in my life. And so I really congratulate you, and I'm so proud of the things you're about to do. So. I can't hug you. I will not dabbing your tears for you. Okay, so congratulations, Ash. Now you get to go sit down.
Hey,
there are stairs. Oh. She's also very limber. Okay, Richard Jessup. Ricky. Watch them. Ricky came to me about the middle of last year, and he was a very quiet but somewhat angry young man with a very kind soul. I realized quickly that he's a protector, he's a caregiver, and he's wise in ways that I can't quite put my finger on. Watch out. I can't really go into the many sort of interesting conversations we had, but one thing that we did realize is we both share a love of the earthy and the ancient. Let's stick here. Ricky made this for me because I've been having surgeries that require me sometimes to use a walking stick. I also have a mask that says your first mistake is assuming I'm an old lady, so watch out. But Ricky made this thing for me, and it's magnificent, and it's also a protective device because it's about 10 pounds. So Ricky, congratulations. I also wanted to just make mention when I saw you today, the earthy and the ancient. This is the mask that I hope to be wearing when I have my kids back in my classroom because I've been looking for one, so we'll talk later. So Ricky, congratulations and the best of luck. Bailey. Okay. Bailey's my hippie girl. She's so tiny and she has such a quiet voice, but she has a big attitude. It's a sensible voice. She's refreshing and always happy once she's awake and had some coffee, just like the rest of us. But when she first came to me, her main determination was to get out of high school, and she worked really hard to do that. The mask that I'm wearing today honors Bailey. And hold on a second. Because she and I love VW microbuses, and Bailey can read it. What a long, strange trip it's been, sweetheart. Congratulations, Bailey. Okay, so Denise, do you want me to bring her up first? Is she here? Carla?
Carla made it.
Carla, come up here. I'll do this again. And then she'll switch this thing for you. Okay. This is the half.
Carla. Okay, so my crew can come on up, but Carla's
So
gonna.
we're sharing Carla. One of the reasons is I've known her longer than anyone here, with the exception of maybe Nikki, but I don't know, maybe Carla. Come on up here, sweetheart. I first met Carla in about 2012, 2013 when I was teaching 8th grade at Evergreen Middle School. She was my 7th grade TA, my 8th grade student, my 8th grade TA, my 10th grade TA, my 11th grade TA. You guys know that sometimes TA is special code for you're going to do homework in my room after school. Yeah. And so without going into too much detail, Carla and I have seen an intense and dramatic decade together. I can't tell you how at home I felt when she came bouncing up to me on my first day at Longview and looked at my face and said, "Do you remember me?" It was like seeing an old friend. It was seeing an old friend. And so it honors me today, Carla, to be standing on the stage with you because while I always told my 8th graders I would be at their graduation, it's my honor to actually be here to help present you as a graduate of the class of 2020. I love you. I love you too, sweetheart. Now, Denise is going to finish.
Hello, everyone. I am Denise Oliman, the English teacher this past year at Longview. I want to first give a shout out to everyone and all their awesome masks. I love that you're wearing them. And
Flyover, guys.
And I love the creativity of them. And I love seeing all the Saints fans out there. Woot, who dat? All right. So Carla was in my huddle this year. And as was true for a few of our students, she didn't always make it to huddle. But when she was here and awake, she brought just a positive attitude. Even when she was in the dumps, she wasn't dumping on anyone else. Carla is something of an unintentional leader. She doesn't go out of her way to try to take charge and run everything, but when Carla's going to do something, other people want to do it. So she is an unintentional leader, and she has a quiet, deep strength. And I want to say that with this comes a fair amount of responsibility, because you'll be influencing a lot of people as you move along in your life. So there is some responsibility that comes with that, but you are totally up for the task. Carla, congratulations. Okay, Kenzie. So Kenzie, whose hair is like the third color that I've seen it this year, is looking awesome. She's looking just fabulous. Kenzie came into my class and she said, Denise, I just have to pass English. I have to graduate. I just have to do this. I have to pass English. I said, okay, Kenzie, here's the secret. Turn everything in. Just turn it in. And don't tell me, oh, I'm not done. Oh, it's not good enough. Oh, it's not ready. When I ask for it, turn it in. Well, Kenzie did exactly that. She followed my directions perfectly. She would come in and she'd be like, well, I only have this much done. And I'd be like, let me give you points for that. So I see Kenzie as being goal-driven and knowing what she wants and understanding what she needs to do to get it done. And Kenzie, if you take that value and that practice into your life, honey, there is no stopping you. Congratulations, Kenzie. Okay, Liam Keith. So Liam was in huddle every day. He was usually here early, but he was always sleeping. When we could get Liam awake, though, he was just abuzz with creative energy and with a kind heart and a warm gesture for every single person. I never saw Liam be anything other than just welcoming and kind to every person in my huddle, for sure, and I feel like throughout the school. So Liam, you keep that creative buzz going. You keep that high level of energy you can get once you get done sleeping, and that kind heart, and you will go far. Congratulations. Okay, Michael Senf. So Michael Senf came into, well, my huddle, yes, but also my English class, because that's what I taught. He said, I don't read and I don't write. And I said, well, that could be a slight challenge for an English class, but let's see what we can do. And so basically I and his grandfather explained to him, look, man, this is just something you have to do and just get it done. And what I see in Michael is a determination. And you guys, he said, all right, I don't like this. I don't have to like it. I'm not going to pretend to like it, but I am going to get it done. And Michael sat there in class quietly doing what he needed to do, and he rocked his English class. So, Michael, you keep up that determination and just that attitude of, I don't got to like it, but I got to get it done, and you're going to do whatever you want to in your life. So congratulations, Michael. Kelsey Schottenkirk. Kelsey is a multi-talented young lady. I mean, she can draw, she can write her horses, she knows all about cacti. Just, she knows a little bit about everything, I think, and can do a little bit of everything. Kelsey had trouble making it to class on a regular basis, but whenever she showed up, Kelsey was ready to work and get it done. And in fact, usually she showed up to class with it already done. Kelsey is talented in multiple areas. She's a strong writer, I can tell you that. And what that says to me is she's also an organized thinker who knows how to see things through to the end. And she can do it with a certain amount of grace and beauty. So Kelsey, keep it up. Congratulations. Maddie Sagala. So Maddie was usually always in my huddle, not always, but she was always there and always participating. If there was anything I was asking the group to do that nobody else wanted to do, Maddie would be the one like, okay, I got you. I'm in. Let's go. So just that good spirit of helpfulness and cooperation is a terrific, terrific quality. And beyond that, what I saw with Maddie is days that she would come in, she would be visibly upset, having had an argument with, her boyfriend or something like that. And things just were not going well in her life. But she could go from being in a state of just deep sadness for herself, turn and look at someone else who was in need of comfort, and boom, she was there. I have not seen many people who more consistently demonstrated compassion and warmth for her fellow students. So, Maddie, your determination goes without speaking, your other qualities, but keep up that kindness and that compassion, and you're going to make a big impact in this world. Congratulations, Maddie. And Emma Surrey. So Emma was only in my huddle for a brief time. She didn't need any more elective credits and was gone. She also didn't need many English credits. I think maybe I don't even know if I had her for one English class. So I didn't see Emma a whole lot, okay? But when I did see Emma, this is what I saw. And when I read her journal entries, which is probably the way I got to know her best, Emma is a thoughtful, diligent, and bright young lady. When she showed up to class, she was ready to get her done, and she did. And I have every confidence she'll keep on doing it. So congratulations, Emma. And one last thing I want to say before I give up the mic is, you guys, you have all enriched my life for years to come. I only had 1 year with you, but your memory and your being and your presence will be with me for years to come. Thank you for that.
Hi, my name is Jessa Bogart May, and I have the distinct privilege of teaching math at Longview High School and have had for the last 2 years. Before I get started, I'm going to put a disclaimer on this. I will cry. I always cry. I am not ashamed of it. Not even a little bit. These kids are part of my heart. So, first of all, I don't know how many of you have taken a moment today to turn around and look at that view. But if you haven't, you should. It's amazing. It is one of the many things that makes this school absolutely spectacular. This has been a really emotional year for me because my class here, I got hit hard with graduates. We had 10 of them, 2 that couldn't make it. I think it might behoove me to take a moment to explain to you guys what we mean when we say huddle. We have a first period class that stays the same for the entire time you are at Longview. And when I came here, I inherited some students who had already been here and got a whole bunch of them who had just started. And we started here together. And together, I think that we worked and learned what it means to be a Phoenix at Longview. It was customary before we came here for each student, each graduate, to give a short speech during graduation about their time at Longview, and for the teachers to speak about each of them. Last year, we decided we would move that to a different night so that we could spare you guys the pain of sitting in the sun for 3 hours, which I feel like was a win. Yeah. This year, we kind of had our banquet taken from us. So this is our compromise here. We want to share with you what's special about each of our students. For me, some of them I will share with you just about their character. For some of them, I will share about their journey at Longview, and for some of them, I cannot talk about them without talking about their relationship with me, because that is how I will remember them forever. It's not about me; it is about them. But for some of us, there's no way to talk about them without us. So first of all, I would like to invite Damien Ingle to the stage. Damien, your sunglasses. I've never met anyone who needs to wear sunglasses all day, every day, but he did. He did. When you came here, I think that you needed to heal, and you did that. And at the beginning, it didn't quite extend to your learning. And this year, I got to watch you turn into a student who took responsibility for himself, for his life, for his actions, and you're becoming the best you that you have ever been. And I am so amazed to know you. And I want to congratulate you on finishing high school, which you sure didn't think you were going to do, but, but here you are. So, congratulations. Scotland Garrett. Come on up. I also want to say that every single one of these guys was in my class the previous school year as well. So we've been together for a minute, and this is a family right here. A family that sits in a circle and talks together and hashes out our hard stuff and supports each other. And what Scotland brought to that all the time was a smile whenever he could, an easygoing spirit, and kindness. And Scotland once told me that he came here expecting to keep his head down and take care of his stuff and get out of here, but he walked in the door and met the best friends he'd ever had. And to me, that embodies the spirit of Longview. You came here expecting one thing, kind of tired, kind of broken, and you came out the best possible version of yourself. And I hope that that just keeps growing. Thank you. Thank you for your trust, and thank you for your smile, and thank you for your friendship. Harmony Hamp. Harmony has been in my class since the very beginning of my time at Longview. It took me a minute to understand her because she is quiet, because she is reserved. And what I learned was Harmony is the best friend that anyone can have. She will support you to the end, and frequently forgets to take care of herself and how much she loves other people. I have watched you in the last year particularly start to take the steps that you need to take to love yourself like you love other people. And I think that that is going to turn you into an amazing woman. And I am so excited to see what you do with that. I love you. Rosalind Hibbert. Oh, Roz. I've done this a few times in my head. Rosalind has trusted me with so much of herself. She has trusted me to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to not judge her for that. And for that, I would like to thank you, because that is an amazing gift. But again, not about me. What I have seen Rosalind do is daily walk in to confront her demons, to celebrate with people in the biggest way that she can, that anybody can. If you want to have a good time, Rosalind needs to be your friend, for sure. For sure.